Welcome back to the channel, everybody. This is the... Hold on. Ah, that's better. I still can't work out whether this is the most beautiful slot car I have ever seen in my life or the most ugliest slot car I have ever seen in my life. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. This is the Carrera GreenGT H2, and this is based on a racing car powered by a hydrogen fuel cell. Good grief. And you know, as I was saying those words, hydrogen fuel cell, and yet I'm looking at a race car, I'm thinking, oh, that's cool. That is so cool, so futuristic, yet for some reason, in my mind, it hasn't really taken off. I'm not seeing a ton of slot cars based on this system, yet it looks so cool. I still can't make up my mind whether it's ugly or gorgeous, yeah? Some things can be cool and ugly at the same time. As you can probably see already, the GreenGT H2 carries its hydrogen fuel tanks on the side. There's one here, and here's the other one on the other side. Now, I've got to admit, it does look cool. The whole concept of this car is very cool. Now, check these specs out. Of course, I'm talking about the real world, okay? So, to refuel these bad boys, it takes around 3 minutes, and then it's capable of racing for around 40 minutes, yeah? That's when the tanks are full. The fuel cell converts the hydrogen into electricity, which drives a pair of 200 kilowatt motors. The total power output is 544 brake horsepower with a maximum torque of 2,950 pounds per feet. The drive is direct to the rear wheels, and it's also equipped with traction control and torque vectoring systems. What? Torque vectoring system? You can tell I just read that off the screen. I have no idea what it's talking about. But anyway, back to the slot car version again. What I love about older Carrera cars, and I've noticed this as my collection grows, is that they tend to put real world tyres on them. When I say real world tyres, I'm talking about the branding. So for example, this one has Dunlop and this one has Michelin. Nice. And you know, I gotta come clean with you. The more I look at these babies, they look gorgeous. I mean, come closer. Look at the front of this bad boy. I mean, look at the headlights. The way that's designed, it's all based on the real thing. Look at the entire front of this vehicle. I believe that would be a splitter at the bottom that you're looking at. And it just looks so futuristic, even though these came about quite a few years ago. And look at this area here. You know, this is why I love these cars, these GreenGT H2 cars. They look different. They are out of the norm. The design on it is spectacular. And I'm especially loving this black and orange color scheme on this one. Anyway, this reminds me of a Formula E car because of these gaps that you've got here above the wheels. And going back to the driver, absolutely love the detail on the helmet. Very nice. It's even shaped how it should be shaped as well. If you look towards the back of the helmet there. Cool. And then here, look, you've got these subtle little bits of detail there, perfectly matching the real thing. And these, once again, gaps that you see above each wheel. And I'm loving that they've included the little grey silvery bit right there that shows the connection of the tank to the vehicle. Nice bit of detail there. And of course you've got more livery here and here. But you know what? Can we get to the wing? This literally has to be one of the most epic rear wings I have seen on any car and any slot car. It is so far back from the main body of the car, it's almost as if it doesn't want to be part of it. But to me, it just makes it look epic. And I'm loving what's going on down here. Look, take a closer look how it's connected to the rest of the car, just like the real version. I mean, look at that. That nice sort of chromy, silvery section above, and then underneath that, a bit more matte silver there. And look, loving the little bits of gold detail. It might not be gold, it could be copper look or brass colour or rose gold colour, whatever it is, it just looks nice against the silvery grey background. And then of course you have your diffuser. Now, one thing I will say about the wing on these cars, as cool and amazing as they look, they're pretty flimsy, okay? So the rest of the car feels solid, but these, I reckon if you're gonna go for a good old race and thrash these around the track, I'd take this off. In fact, they come off very easily if you wish, you just pull it off. But if you're gonna go fairly fast and take your time at the corners, leave them on because they look awesome. But if you're really gonna thrash them around, like I said, whip them off. Look at this one, the blue and white looks amazing. And do you see what I mean when I said it just looks refreshing? In fact, every time I look at this color scheme of the car, I get thirsty, okay? Loving what they've done here. I think BWT would be very proud of this. Now, of course, just like on the other one you saw, the black and orange one, you've got the green GT logo and their symbol. Loving the helmet again. The detail on the helmets on these little things are amazing. And just like the other one, whether you spotted it or not, nice little slimline windscreen just there. Again, loving the little connection from the tank to the car, the detail that they've put in there, and right by it on the outside of the body, Michelin. Right, quick look underneath, inline motor as standard. I wouldn't expect anything less from Carrera. You've got your magnets, your little polarity switch right there, huge guide blade compared to Stay-Electric ones. So again, luckily, even with these older models, if you look on the back of the case, they'll have a smaller red one in there, which I will be swapping out and putting on there instead. Oh, this is a first. We seem to have two vehicles waiting for the elevator to go to the mechanic's garage. No, we don't need two of you backing up into the elevator. Just one will do because you're going to be identical inside, okay? So just one go in, please. Thank you. Right, here we are in the mechanic's garage, and it was a tight fit. It's huge, this car, one of the biggest yet in the mechanic's garage. Now, it would be interesting to see what's inside, because I would love to know if this thing has lights, because I know that older Carrera cars never came with lights. But then the more recent ones, relatively speaking, and I'm talking about your Evolution ones, started to come with lights. So when I showed you the front earlier on, it looks like it had a couple of bulbs there. But maybe that was just for looks. Anyway, let's stop speculating. Let's have a look under the hood, as it were. Ah, now this is interesting. Now, unfortunately, straight away, I can see there are no headlights. And again, when it comes to Carrera cars, I notice they always have just a bit more in there compared to its closest rival. I mean, it has no lights, it's not digital, yet there's a circuit board there, a couple of plugs here too, you've got your motor, and if you look closely, you can always tell when a car has been out for years, even though it's old, brand new stock, if you understand what I'm saying. So it came out years ago, but it was a brand new car, never sold, stayed in its storage or warehouse or wherever. You can just see here that possibly I may have to put a bit of lubrication here or there or something. I'll do my research and see what normally is put on the gear, if anything, and other parts on here. But yeah, everything seems very neat. Let's give you a quick look of the shell. Interesting. Right, I wonder what these sound like. Or do they have any sound at all apart from the tyres on the track? I wonder. And I'm literally talking about the real version. We all know what slot cars sound like on a slot car track, although sometimes they vary. Anyway. Wow, the irony of that. This slot car version literally sounds like the real thing.